Hey there, Vanagon Addicts. It's Ken Wilford here at Van again. I just wanted to have a nice little live stream with you guys today. So I hope you guys are having a great day. We're having a great day here. It's slightly less burning fire hot today than it has been, so that's always a plus. And just had a few things to update you guys on. Actually figured out how to use some of this streaming equipment, so hopefully that'll help us out. And if you guys show up and you want to say hi in the chat, go ahead and do that. I got Jackbox here in the chat, so I want to say hi to him. And always good to have our UK folks with us, and so it's good to have Jackbox with us today. One of the things I'm most excited about is about a year ago we had some guys come from the UK to talk to you guys about the square headlight, the H4 square headlight kits that we were trying to help get done. And I would say that kit has been in the pipeline for a couple years now. The first time they got their samples, they were wrong. They had like the mounts in the wrong places, and so that was not good. But they sent them all back. They got them remade again, and now they are supposed to be hitting in the UK at our supplier, I think next week sometime. At that point, I'm hoping to get a sample here because I want to start doing some pre-orders on them if you guys are interested. So what it's going to be, let me see if I can get a picture here, and I think I actually figured out how to do the thing where you can show the screen, you know, like I was talking to you guys about last time, and it was being kind of a pain. But let me just see if I can get that pulled up here. Okay. Let's see here. All right, here's some pictures. Let me download them, and then I'll show them to you guys real quick. Okay. So basically, I don't know if you guys aren't familiar with what the H4 thing is. Let me open this up here. Okay. Basically, it's a nicer designed light housing. Okay. Let me go back to here. Sorry about this, guys. And I will try to. I'm not sure why that's up still. I'm going to do this local desktop thing. Switch to that, and then we'll go check out these pictures. Okay, so here's what they look like. Of course, it looks just like your normal rectangular headlights, except you can kind of see that the design is different. Okay, it's got a different kind of fluting on it and all that kind of stuff, and basically it makes the lights way more focused so you can get more light onto the road. Okay, so that's the whole plan. And it also comes as a kit, so you get the mounting plates that they're on. You get all the headlight adjusters. You get the inner light and the outer light, and it all comes together as a kit. Okay, so that's the plan. I hope you guys could hear me on that. I think I had the sound and all that stuff set up. Let me just double check that. Audio, microphone, yes. So you guys should have been able to hear that. So anyway, the price on them is going to be anywhere between $400 and maybe $450, $475. I don't know, somewhere in that range. Really, there's some unknowns. Okay, the unknowns I have are as follows: how much is the shipping going to cost me to get them here? How much is it going to cost me to, like, there's some parts that are missing on them. I'm not sure why. I actually talked to the manufacturer about it a couple years ago when we were talking about this initially. I'm like, listen, people want to buy this, they want it all together. Okay, so if you're going to do it, get everything, the boots, this. So we get ready to do it this week, and I'm talking to him about it. I'm like, so we've got everything, right? Well, not the boots on the back. So in other words, we don't have everything. And, you know, I'm going to be dropping like thousands of dollars on these and importing them and going through all that rigmarole. And then if I don't have everything, I'm not going to be able to sell them. Okay, this is my problem. So I got a little upset. Then I got unupset because getting upset really not going to do anything. But, you know, that's what's going on. So, the long story and the short story is they should be available. Okay, if you have square headlights now and you buy these, you are going to have way more light on the road. You're going to be able to see things a lot better. The other thing I would like to do is put together a kit where you're getting these lights plus LED bulbs in them, and it's a kit. So that's going to be, of course, a little bit more than the price has already kind of quoted you, because I have to purchase the LED bulbs and put it together as a kit. But to me, I think that's going to be the way to go. So you got your nicer housings. They're nice and they're new. They're not broken. They're not cracked. They're not full of, you know, like 30 years of grossness or whatever. And they're focusing your light, and then you have some LED bulbs in there, and it's just going to be super nice, I think. So probably that whole kit with everything is going to be under $500. Now, to put this in perspective, okay, I've been selling the 2 outer headlights, the DOT version, okay, used. We've been selling them for $125 each. Okay, that's used. Then the inner light's been selling for $100 each. Okay, that's used. Then the adjusters, that's like around $100 for them. Okay, so do you see, this is not really going to be that bad. Okay, it's not really going to be that bad. These are, the other thing, they have city lights too. You can either hook that up or not. What the city light is in Europe, you have a smaller bulb that's in the housing that when you turn on your, you know, you turn on your parking lights, or I guess the headlights too, they'll come on. So if you're cruising around town, it actually lights up your headlight housings. I don't really know how much that would do here in the US. We don't really have city lights here, but it's going to come with city lights, at least the sockets, and then you can decide if you want to hook them up. The bulbs are easily available at any store, like an auto parts store. I'm probably just going to get the sockets so that it seals up the housings and everything like that. So that's one thing that's coming, and I'm excited about that, and I hope you guys can get excited about it. Then what else is going on? I mean, that's like one of the main things that we've been looking forward to for years. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is, like, last year we talked about this. Okay, this is Volkswagen's concept. Last year was the I think it was XXL camper. They actually are making it this year, so it went from a concept vehicle last year. Now they're calling it the Grand California, and it's based off of, not off of the regular Vanagon or Volkswagen van, which is the T6. I think it's based off of the what the crap is that thing called again? The Crafter. Okay, so it's based off the Crafter, which is a lot larger vehicle. And so it's pretty neat. You can see some pictures here. Here is the California one, which we can't get here. Here is this XXL, or the Grand California, which most likely we can't get here either. But, you know, it's neat, and it has its own bathroom, has a shower, has a fold-out sink, it has all that kind of good stuff. You've got a bed in the back for the parents, then there's a thing up top here for the kiddies to hang out. It doesn't have quite as big of a skylight, which that was one of the things that I really didn't care for that much about it, that it had this super humongous skylight that was the entire ceiling. It has a skylight here above the kiddies, and I think it has another skylight in the back where the parents are, so you can look up and see the stars at night and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. And, you know, they didn't do this. They had these retractable burners for the stove, which looked awesome, but really, why? You know what I'm saying? So this is more like, looks like the same kitchenette that's from the California, if you guys ever pay attention to any of that stuff. And you got this fridge, which is right here by the door. That's pretty sweet because, you know, say you're outside, you want to get something cold to drink, boom, it's right there by the door. And you can whip it open. So, that's, you know, just wanted to share with you guys. We talked about this last year when it was coming out. The Crafter, or the XXL, I'm sorry. And so, you can see now, hey, it's a real thing. It's not just vaporware, okay, like a lot of other car manufacturers. Yeah, Jackbox says it's too posh for him. I understand what you're saying. I mean, like I said, we can't even get it here. In England, Jackbox, you're probably going to see it over there because, you know, you guys do get the California over there. You're going to see this thing on the road over there. Is it going to be super expensive? Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be extremely expensive. But what can you do, right? All the good stuff. You gotta have the money for the good toys. So, yeah, I was kind of hoping people would be here today. I didn't really advertise the stream today, so that's my fault. Looks like we've got 9 people watching. Do you guys have any questions? If you guys have any questions, of course, we always try to open it up for that. If you have any questions about your vans and that kind of thing, we'd be glad to help you guys out that way. I got a nice note today from a lady. I got Fernando on here. Good to see him. I had a nice note from a lady today about some help that we did for her. We just have been helping her over emails with problems with her van. And we helped her troubleshoot through her no start problem she had, and it wound up being the ECU. We supplied her with a rebuilt ECU, and that fixed her problem. So she just wanted to let us know. Thanks, and she appreciated that. And, you know, we do that for people all the time. So, you know, so we like to hear that. We like to hear that stuff back. We got Mobile Diva on here. She got her part. I'm happy, man. You know, we try to get stuff out as fast as we possibly can here. Unless it is something we have to order from Europe, which a lot of times that's turned into that. Alright, Jackbox has a problem. Weird clutch, arm is locked solid. That sounds horrible. Do I know what it is? You got to pull the box, right? No matter what. So you might as well pull it out of there and see what's going on. And then let me know what you find. It could be anything. Sometimes the arms themselves get seized up. They got some brass bushings and stuff in there. That could be frozen. Could be a problem with the throwout bearing. Okay. If you're going to do stuff in there, I would get a clutch kit that has all the stuff in it, including the alignment tool, and just get it done. He's going to video it. Okay, great. Yep. So, I mean, here we're getting ready to invest a bunch of money into these headlight kits. We also have grills as well that are available. So, technically, say you have a Vanagon, an early Vanagon with the round headlights, you can totally retrofit that with square headlights. Okay, if you like that look, brand new grill, all brand new headlights. You're probably looking at $700 in that range for that. But you know, that could be a possibility if you guys were into that. So if you guys are into the headlight thing, I had a bunch of people last time I talked about it actually messaged me about it. They wanted to be on the pre-order or whatever, and you know, that was like a whole year ago. So I just didn't do any pre-orders because I didn't want to have people's money tied up and then people call me and cancel that. I have to give the money back and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Alright, so Fernando wants to know any tricks on replacing accelerator cable. Alright, here's what I do with the accelerator cable. I will go to the center of the van. I would unhook it in the back. Okay. Unhook it in the back. Go to the center. There's a screw there. Okay, this is for manual trans. Then at the center, I will cut it. Okay, then I will tape, or I would just, actually I don't usually even tape it. So you cut it at the center, then you go up to the front pedal, and you undo that. There's like a little cover under there. Then there's like a little bolt that's holding it at the front. Okay, then like I said, I cut the old one at the center. I will pull it out of the front. It comes out like a cable in the front. Then when you go back to the center, you can feed the new one in from the back towards the front. And then it's just a matter of, there's like a little piece of hose you just push on there, stick it up in place, and the rest of it that goes towards the back, you don't have to thread through anything. Okay, so that's how I do it, and it usually takes about 15 minutes to do the manual accelerator cable. Automatic is pretty much exactly the same thing, except at the end it hooks to this lever on the side of the transmission, so it's actually even a little bit shorter and that kind of thing. Yeah, you know, Jackbox, I have those covers here for the front pedal, and I have like a bunch of them. People buy them all the time, okay, because I guess theirs is missing. I had that and that little grommet thing. I would definitely encourage you, if yours is missing, buy that from me, because you know, it keeps dirt and stuff from getting on your pedal linkage under the floor right there, and also keep, you know, stuff from rusting. Like, that's really the only place in the front floor that I've ever seen the Vanagon front floor rust out. Like, most of the time that's where it happens, right by the front pedal. The rest of the floor is usually pretty good shape, so if you have that cover, that'll keep stuff from getting up in there. Yep. Alright, so good. Glad I could help you, Fernando. It's pretty easy. Like I said, that front section is just a white piece of tubing that goes up to the front. You don't want to mess with that. That's where the cable slides through. And so when you pull out the old one, you can just push in the new one. It'll just slide right up in there and go to the front, and that's it. Okay, so that's the way to go. And I see Billy Shepard's on here. Good to have Billy visiting with us as well. I'm just trying to think anything else going on. We're going to start, most likely, start carrying some more body sheet metal. I was talking to you guys about it last time at our other live stream that we had last week. And so I have to come up with some diagrams or whatever people can look up and see what kind of body sheet metal stuff we're carrying. But I'd like to, you know, we've been selling a lot of the window rubbers. Been doing pretty good on that. I would like to start doing the body sheet metal too. So, you know, if you need to restore your van, you just get in touch with us. We have everything. We have the body metal, we have the rubber, and we all have it at a good price. So you're getting a good deal, and it's good quality stuff because it's from Europe and that kind of thing. So that's my thing on that. Yeah. So you enjoy that DIY dash? Okay, doke. That's cool. How tight do you make the cable after replacing it? I usually make it like tight, okay? Because when you go to it, basically the adjustment is in the front and in the back, okay? So when you take the old one off, you'll see how much is kind of sticking out on that end. You can match it with the way it was, or you know, you just make it taut. Okay, it doesn't have to be crazy, but the cool part is if you make the linkage like so that there's no slop in it, when you go to step on the gas, it'll actually feel like you've got a little bit more power. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but the accelerator cable actually does make a difference in how much power that you feel like you have with the van. We did an engine conversion like years ago. And it was something somebody started, and then they put it on eBay. Oh, this engine conversion is 95% done. Okay, and it was just a GL Vanagon with a Jetta engine in it. It was an ABA engine, and it was an automatic transmission. So this guy said, oh, 95% done, the engine's in the van, and all you have to do is very little and finish it. So this guy, random person, bought it. And then he got a hold of me. He's like, I want to see about you finishing it for me. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. I mean, I wasn't stupid, so I didn't know any better. So, and I had done some Tico conversions and stuff like that, so I wasn't, you know, totally a noob or anything. So he brought it here. I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, you know, a lot of this stuff is just bare minimum boboed up, and we wound up having to do, I actually called him up on the phone. I'm like, listen, this is going to cost probably $5,000 to finish what this guy has done. And he's like, no, it's not. It's going to cost $1,000, and it's not that much. He's 95% done. I'm like, listen, if you want to take it out of here, go somewhere else, and get them to do it, fine. Okay, I'm not, he was getting all mad at me. I'm like, what am I, this ain't my fault. I didn't even do this. This was somebody else's deal. So, I'm like, listen, if you want to come get it, take it, and, it's fine. I haven't really did much. I just looked it over. But I could see, like, the way they mounted the engine, the way they set up different things, it was just, like, amateur hour, okay? And even their welds and things weren't completed. It was all just to get it out of there and sell it and that kind of thing. So he called me back. He's like, you know what? You're right. He's like, I brought it to you. Who else is going to know what they're doing? You do it. So we started working on it. And one of the things that was, we got it up running. We had actually lowered the engine because the ABA sticks up over the engine bay. We lowered it down so it would be, more like under the engine lid. We got it to fit under there. That was kind of cool. It hung a little low, but it worked. Okay. But one of the weird things was you would go to drive it, and the pedal feel was terrible. I mean, this is where I'm getting to with this. The pedal feel was bad, and you would step on it and be like, bleh. It felt like it had no power. It was disgusting. So I looked it over. The guy had like boboed that all up, and I went and got a Tico throttle cable. And did it right, did a nice one, going to the automatic, which again was like something Tico was doing at the time, and got it. Man, I tell you what, after that thing felt like it felt great. Had plenty of power, plenty of pep. Okay, going, it go down the road. I mean, when you step on the gas, it was doing stuff. So, like I said, Fernando, you want to kind of make that adjustment as taut as you can. You don't want to make it so that the throttle isn't like activating the throttle position switch. You don't want it to be too tight. But at the same time, you want to take out as much slack as you can. So when you step on that pedal, it's going. Okay, it's going. So that's my advice on that. Alright, as far as Rusty, he's asked me about cruise control setup for an 88. Yes, we do have that. I keep meaning to put that on the site. Okay, let me go ahead and try to give you a number on that. I think you asked about that last time. And I could probably give you a deal on it because, okay, alright. Because we're like, it's kind of still semi-experimental stage, not really. I've installed a few of these for people and they've turned out pretty well. I guess my biggest experiment is just I haven't sold them to people for them to do. And I have instructions and different things. So I would say the cruise control, it's going to be this universal vacuum cruise. Very simple, works great. I would say $295. Okay, $295. It comes with a harness that's going to. It has a Subaru. All right. You can still use it on that. Do you have your pedal, your e-pedal? Is it in the engine bay or near the engine bay or something? I guess I'll have to wait for you to get back to me on that. But yeah, so $295, and it comes with an extension that extends the thing to, from the thing to the engine bay, because that's one of the big holdups on it. I've done a few of these, and they don't, you can get it. It doesn't come with, the wiring's not long enough. Okay, so then you got to cut the wiring, splice wiring, blah blah wiring. Yeah, and then I've had it not work. After doing that, you got to find out which one of the splices did I screw up, blah blah blah. So this thing, it's all plug and play. You get it, you plug in this wiring extension harness that extends it all the way up to the front, and then when you plug in your cruise control switches and all that stuff, it's ready to go. Okay, so normally a lot of the newer Subaru conversions, they originally had an e-pedal at the floor, and people hated that because when it put your foot at like a weird angle. Okay, and I had a guy just the other day tell me, I hate that, that's terrible. I'm like, well, you had an early one, right? Yes. They moved the e-pedal And they had problems with the E-pedal malfunctioning too. They moved the E-pedal back to, yes, to the engine bay, and they hooked the stock Vanagon accelerator cable up to the E-pedal. And now when you step on the gas, step on the accelerator pedal in the front, it's moving this cable, going to the back, moving the E-pedal, which is somewhere. It's either in the engine compartment or it's behind the firewall or something like that. So, Rusty says he has the stock cable. You just have to kind of know where your Subaru pedal is. And then you're going to be hooking, not only are you going to be hooking the Vanagon accelerator cable up to your E-pedal, you're going to also hook this cruise control thing up to it. And then you're going to have to mount the vacuum unit somewhere, you know, where it'll extend to that. So, I mean, that's the only bad part. I don't have, like, actually... Well, you're using the stock Vanagon accelerator cable, okay. What is it hooking to? Because all the Subarus I know of have, they don't have an actual, they have a, you know, an E-throttle. They don't have a actual throttle body or anything like that. They have a throttle body, but it's electronically actuated, not cable actuated. So, yeah, the E-pedal should be there somewhere. Trace the accelerator cable back to the back, and at the end of it, you will find your accelerator cable. You will find your Subaru accelerator pedal. If you don't know where it is, then now you will discover it. I'm telling you. There's no Subaru engines that I know of that were made since... Okay, go straight to the throttle body, and you don't have... And the throttle body is cable actuated. Because I didn't think Subaru had made a throttle body like that since, like, the 90s. Since the early 90s or even the 80s. But anyway, if it's going to a throttle body, you can hook this cruise to that as well. he's just trying to make me look bad. That's what it is. Rusty's trying to make me look stupid on the stream, which is not hard. It's not difficult. Alright, you can easily make me look stupid. It's fine. Yep, see, yep, he's trying to make me look stupid. I understand. It's very easy to do that. But yeah, so I mean, if you have... This cruise control is so simple. Okay? It's from an 01. Okay. Like, I've never heard of anything, any vehicles after 1996 that didn't have an electronic throttle. But whatever. If you say so, I will agree with you. So anyway, this cruise control is so simple to use. I mean, you basically can adapt it to anything. Okay? And so, you know, I will help you with that if you want to buy it from us. I have to just put it up on the web store, that's all. Alright, so is there anything else besides making Ken look dumb because he's not a Subaru expert? Which, this isn't like the Subaru channel, so I'm not really a super Subaru expert. Sorry. I don't play one on television either. I know just enough about Subarus to be dangerous. That's about it. And I can plug in the OBD2 tool and see what's happening with them. And I can drive them. That's pretty much my experience. Alright, so let's continue on. So you guys have any more questions on stuff? You know, we are still trying to keep developing new items. The website is doing good. It's been really hot, and out west it's been really like smoking and fiery and burny. So I'm kind of assuming people might not be taking as much trips and that kind of thing. Because, you know, it's been a little bit off this year compared to last year as far as the sales go. I mean, we did move to a whole new website, so that could be part of it, maybe. But I think part of it, too, is just maybe people aren't traveling quite as much. Maybe it'll pick up in the fall when things cool off a little bit and people can not be, like, getting, you know, super burny, fire hot. I heard the other day that they were shutting down one of the national parks because of the fires. And so, you know, it's pretty bad when they're doing that kind of stuff. Alright, so what else is going on here? 20th anniversary, okay, of Vanagon. And so you can help us celebrate that by buying some stuff off of us. We will very much appreciate it. And that kind of thing. Also, we're still working on our t-shirts and our hats and our bumper stickers and all that stuff. We got to get that live here pretty soon so you guys can buy that, get it for free, or however we're going to work that. Alright. Yeah, Billy says he's got less than 200 miles on his new engine. Just been too hot and the air is dirty. I hear what you're saying. It's been super hot here. I mean, I wouldn't want to be... we even put up a nice... We have a swimming pool here at the house. We have a nice, like, tent thing outside. Like a gazebo we bought. And earlier in the year, we were going out there at night. Me and my wife and I, going out there at night. I have like a movie screen out there. We were watching movies and just hanging out. And I was enjoying it. The last 2 or 3 weeks, I mean, it has been like a hairdryer outside. So you step outside, it's just like, you know, I feel terrible. And and I haven't been going out there at night, so it hasn't been being used. I mean, it even some days was so hot outside, and the sun was just so hot and like muggy. You didn't even really want to get in the swimming pool. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I was avoiding that too. So, you know, hot and not being muggy. Today it's still hot, but it's not as muggy and humid, and that helps a lot. Okay, that helps a lot. It's hot in the UK. Yeah, I heard over there they're finding all kinds of like early civilizational things from above because you can look down at the grass and you can see all these designs from different like forts and things. It's pretty neat. But yeah, in the UK they're having like a super heat wave over there too. But yeah, so hopefully things start cooling off. People can start camping and enjoying their camping situations. I got this one bus here I'm trying to finish and get out of here. Now it's messing with me because it's, I don't know if you guys know about the bus, but like they have this vent system for the gas tank that's kind of going like through the body and stuff, and it has these metal tubes. And so this bus had been through Hurricane Sandy. Over time, anything metal on this bus continues to rust and get more rusty. So the latest victim of this is the gas tank ventilation system. That it's either plugged up, froze up, rusted up, or something. And if you know anything about the gas tank system of the bus, in order to deal with the gas tank, you pretty much have to pull the engine out. So yeah, I'm back to doing that now. I got to pull the motor out, put in a new gas tank. I'm going to put in a new gas tank. The last time we messed with the gas tank on this car, I put in a good used one, and that was back when you couldn't get new gas tanks. So now you can get new ones. I'm going to put in a new one, a new sending unit, and I'm going to replumb the vent system of the tank out of plastic, and hopefully that will, because I went to the gas station to fill this thing up and it wouldn't fill. Like it kept kicking the gas pump, and I had always been filling it with cans before, and that was doing great. But now, because I'm trying to actually fill it with at the gas station, which you need to do that, right? That's like your normal way of filling a car up. Because the venting system is frozen up inside, I'm going to have to, pull the motor out, put in a new, and then since I'm doing that, I'm going to put in a new gas tank, because, do all that work and then have to deal with an old gas tank. That's kind of stupid. Alright, so Jackbox says, how would you tackle removing the clutch arm? Okay. I mean, that can be a big fat pain. I've used pullers on it before, and with some results. I will tell you the easiest way to do it, which is to cut. Okay, so there's a bolt. Okay, once you get it out, there's a bolt. Take that bolt out. Pull the arm with the old fork thing out as far as you can. Usually you can get like about an inch or so. Okay, I don't know what that is in metric. Okay, so then you take a Sawzall, cut the end of that, cut that arm, cut the fork part that's sticking out. Don't cut the arm that has a little ball on it. That's what you want to save that. So you cut the part that you had the new part of, cut that with a Sawzall. Then you take the little lever thing with the ball on it. There's like a little circlip on there, take that off. Then you take it and you put it in a vise, and you have like a socket or something where you can try to put, and then another socket on the other side, a bigger socket, and you try to push that cut off shaft out of the little pivot arm. Okay, that is the easiest way to do it, because I'm telling you what you're going to do. You're going to put a puller, you're going to take that little C-clip off, put a puller on there, try to pull it off, and it ain't going to come off. And then the whole thing is going to like mushroom, and it's going to be 10 million times harder to get it off. So if you do it the other way, if you just cut it with a Sawzall or a grinder or something, and then you take it in a vise and it'll just push. It'll be a little bit hard, but it'll push off of there, and you won't mushroom it, and it'll come apart. Because yeah, if the UK's like us here in the US, for some weird reason, that arm gets seized on there and does not want to come off. And I've tried all kinds of things to get it apart. And that is the easiest way, because a Sawzall will cut through that that one, you know, fork shaft thing. It's not really super hard steel. It'll cut through that in just like a minute. And then once you get it off, you can push it out of there. And it's not even a big deal. But if you try to do it on the transmission, you're going to get all mad, and you're going to say like British curse words and stuff. I don't know what they are. Don't put them in the chat. You're going to say British curse words, and it's not going to be pretty. Alright, so anything else anybody want to talk about? We're losing viewers, so that's always good with a channel. We enjoy that. Some say advisable put extra weld in forks. Yeah, I've never really had a problem. I mean, the forks will fail eventually, but it's just a matter of like because of, I call it the coat hanger effect. You know, you take a coat hanger and you do this, bend it 3 or 4 times, and eventually it snaps. The forks is the same thing. Okay, just so many uses, and it's going to flex every single time. It's just a little bit, and over time it's going to break. Okay, I mean, the original ones lasted 30 years, and they were just tack welded together. If you look at them when you take them apart, you'll be like, yeah, they didn't really do a whole lot of welding on them. They just kind of tacked them together, and that was fine. So, you know, the new ones, you can put extra welds in there. I guess it wouldn't hurt anything, but it's not really going to do, I don't think it's going to do that much either. Alright, so I guess that's it, guys, for today. I don't really have a lot of new stuff to talk about except for the lights, headlights. If you wanted to go that way, please let me know. Please like, share, subscribe. You can comment. And like I said, the biggest way you can help us out. Also, I want to say hi to our Patreon people. We got Eric Schneider, we got Chris Snyder, and we got Peter Benici. Okay. So they're helping us out. They're giving us $5 a month on Patreon every month. That, combined with our tiny microscopic bit of money that we get from YouTube, helps us to do some things. Okay, so we definitely appreciate those guys. And you know, if you want to help us out on Patreon, go to patreon.com and look up Vanagon, and we're right in there. You can be a sponsor. If you sponsor us for different amounts of money, you get some perks and that kind of thing, so you might want to check it out. But appreciate you guys coming out today. If you have anything you guys want us to do a video on, please let us know. We did get some feedback on that gas tank filler neck that I did a video on earlier this week. You guys may have seen that. The feedback was very good. The guy was doing a later model Vanagon, and he put that in, and he said it worked perfectly and everything's great. Okay, so if you're looking for a gas tank filler neck, that is going to be a good option for you guys, and a brand new part that we can put into our part pantheon. I don't know what you want to call it. Our part box for people to buy. I don't know. It's on the site, so check it out. And I guess we'll see you guys. Try to see you guys next week. So thanks for coming, and we'll see you guys on the next video. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Hope you get more miles per gallon with your van, and we'll see you on the next one.